Hello, dear viewer. We all know that the importance of family cannot be overemphasized. We all like to enjoy friendship, bond, love, relationships with those who we care about. Today, we'll be exploring the relationship between a mom and her son. With me are Mrs. Margaret Dachomo and her dear son, Gil Nyinyek Dachomo. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, so we'll be looking at how they've been able to maintain a good relationship, a special bond as mother and son, and without further waste of time, I'll go straight to it. Ma, can you please describe your relationship with Gil?
I could remember when I gave birth to him when he was small. When we married, my husband was my first love. And when I gave birth to him, I could remember one specific day that I was playing with Gil, and I said, my love. And my husband looked at me and nodded his head. I said, okay, so the love have now changed, have now moved to Gil. And it just occurred to me that Gil is just my son, and he is my husband.
Okay.
So we have a cordial relationship with Gil, despite the fact that he's a boy.
That's I'm getting emotional. That's wonderful. So Gil, you have been accused of stealing the love of your father's life. How will you describe this relationship with your mom?
So me and my mom have a very beautiful relationship. We're very close, and because of how my mom is, she cares about us a lot. So it has just made, though I'm very a shy person, or I'm very quiet, I'm an introvert, but she has a way of getting what she wants from all of us, and she just has a way of making us speak or making me speak. So our relationship is very beautiful.
Keyword is beautiful, and Gil's mom has a special power, a superpower of making him talk when he doesn't want to.
True.
Well done, but that's wonderful. I want to ask, what kind of things do you talk about with your mom?
Wow. So we talk about almost everything. From, she's my business partner. So we talk about, she asked me about my life. There are times that my mom will just call us in the room, and she'll want to squeeze everything from you. She'll ask you, how are you sure you are fine? If you say you don't want to speak, she just has a way of making you speak, like she'll disturb you, she'll tell you this. Or worse, when she has dreams, like she'll tell you she dreams about you, and she just, even if your life is not at the point of the dream, she just wants you to know that maybe this is what the devil is planning for you. So she's a nice person. She's just so nice.
Yeah. She's just all over
And
you.
thank God for that.
That's good. But what kind of things do you discuss? I mean, he has told us some of the things that you tell him. But what kind of things do you like to discuss with Gil?
I think you have said almost all.
Okay.
I also discuss his relationship with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember all of them, I asked them, do you have a boyfriend? Or do you have a girlfriend? If you have anyone that you're putting eye on, if you cannot speak to the person, just tell me, I will do it.
Who doesn't want a mom like Gil's mom? Wow, Gil. So we all the, she knows all of them. Okay, that's nice. Thank you very much. What's the thing you like the most about your son, ma?
It's my son. He's very gentle. And very committed in everything he does. Last week when Bro Billy Akani was talking, that Jesus called Zebedee's children that they were together. And he said, you can just imagine what, probably when they called them, they just left their father there. And just imagine what would have happened. And the person that was seated close to me, I said, I am just imagining because my business, Gil is the forefront of all the business. I said, I can just imagine when Gil is working, especially on Fairview Fruits, and somebody just called him and said, leave what you're doing and come. I said, I will die. Gil is so committed, and he is a gentle boy, and he is obedient of the truth. He is the kind of boy that everybody would love to have in his home.
That's so nice. You?
Thank you.
Okay.
Shy.
Oh wow, Gil's mom is gushing over him and he's shy. Well, Gil, do you want to tell us what you like the most about her?
So, I like her smile.
Oh.
That's number one.
Okay.
And I like everything from my mom. She's just so nice, and because she cares about us a lot, and she just likes us, and she has a way of, like, I don't know if I should say, she has a way of coming down to our level. So that way it's very easy for us to communicate with her, because she wants us to talk about what is happening in our lives, and she knows how to move with the trends and everything that is happening. So it's just like she's our guy. So we're just it's really beautiful.
I like the sound of that. She said she comes down to their level and she moves to the trends and she has become their guy. That's amazing. Thank you very much for sharing. Have you always been this close?
Yes,
Okay.
I think so. Definitely.
Alright. Okay, so has there ever been a point where you felt you could not talk to your mom about certain things?
I've never felt that way.
Okay. Ma, do you think there was a point where there's certain things you could not tell Gil anymore?
I don't think.
Okay.
Because sometimes if I see them sitting quiet, as he said, I will have to squeeze, because I don't want anybody to be on his own. So if I see somebody looking somehow, I will ask, and I'll continue to ask till you tell me what is wrong with you.
Okay. So it has always been rosy and
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. When there is a misunderstanding, I'm sure that you have misunderstandings. Forgive my assumption. I want to believe that it's a natural thing for human beings to have misunderstandings, no matter how close they are. But when these misunderstandings come up, how do you resolve the issues?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
As I said, at the same time, you know this song they sang that I'm bold like a lion. Gently. That is what I am. I can fight them. I am a lion and at the same time a dove. So whenever anything happens, I still have a way to make them talk to me. Because nothing ever happens and I keep quiet or pretend as if nothing happened. You know me. The daddy can just look at them, shake their head, and go. But me, I will never keep quiet. I will talk.
So, Gil, this talking that she does, you know, a lot of people will say, my mother shouts a lot, my mom seems to be a para. Abi, do you consider this para as a problem? How are you able to cope with this, para that she's always, when you do something?
So at the moment, I think I already know that if she shouts, it won't kill us. So I listen to her and I just try to when I mess up, I say I'm sorry and I just apologize. And one thing I love with her the most is that when she's at fault, she's not like the typical African parent that she tries to say sorry or she says sorry. Like there was this time that we were working in our house in Kurato and I was at home, like I was at the gate. So she just called me. She was thinking that I was already at headquarters. So when she called me, she just started shouting. I don't have time to speak. She just started shouting. And when I just entered the house, she just said, "Oh, so you're at home?" I said, "Yes, I have been at home." She now said, "Sorry." That's how, when we finished packing and we were about to go for work, she now called me inside again and she said that hope I have forgiven her, that she's so sorry. And it's just so beautiful to see our parents just tell us sorry when they know they are at fault and when it's not our fault. So I just love that about her.
You see that Gil's mom said sorry to him and it made him feel better about the whole situation. Ma, do you have, I don't know, why do you find it so easy to say sorry to Gil?
I don't know. Is it because I talk? I don't know. But it's inside of me. Each time anybody I've wronged, I apologize. There was a day we went somewhere thinking that we were coming early. And we came very late and Gil was the only one at home. So I went to a shop and there was nothing in the house to cook in Murato. So I went to a shop and I bought Indomie. And when I was buying it, I just called him and said, "I'm very sorry, we are late. So sorry, I know you've not eaten." And when I finished speaking to him, I was just apologizing. And the woman that owns the shop said, "Ma, is it your son?" I don't even know her. She said, "Is it your son you're speaking to?" I said, "Yes." And she looked at me and said, "Wow. So you are apologizing to your son because you are late?" I said, "Yes. But there's nothing wrong with that. They have been waiting for us and have not eaten anything. I have to apologize before we leave." So I just find it, I don't know, easy to ask to apologize and to say sorry.
I want to assume that this character trait has helped your relationship with both Gil and his other siblings.
Yes. Yes, because anytime if they wrong me, I will sometimes call them personally to the home and say sorry. And one other thing, if I say sorry and you're looking, I'll just say, sorry now, sorry. I will want, if I say sorry, you give me back smile, with a smile, we smile back to me.
Dear mothers and dear fathers, we can see that it doesn't take anything from you. You don't have to say the sorry word maybe, but I think and I believe, like Gil's mom, when you have wronged your child, it is okay to come down to that child's level and make the child feel better about the whole situation. Thank you very much, Ma, for sharing that with us. Gil, is there anything now that you have to say to young people, young men who are listening, who are watching right now, about building the kind of relationship you share with your mom with their own parents?
So for those that are trying to build a beautiful relationship with their parents, I think you should try to obey them, and being a Christian has really helped me because I've tried to see things through, when my parents try to correct me, I've tried to see things through their view and not only my own view. And with God, I have tried to have a beautiful relationship with my parents. I've tried, Christianity has just made my life so beautiful, and I think that's one of the main reasons I have a beautiful relationship with my parents. Yes.
Thank you, Gil. So Gil says that obedience and his faith has helped him build this relationship with his mother, and I'm sure that you can also enjoy this relationship. You don't have to do it exactly the way Gil and his mom are doing it, but I'm sure that if you're doing the right thing, it shouldn't be a problem. Ma, please, what would you have to say to other parents who are watching right now?
I would want to talk to our parents to understand their children. The other person, you can get two different children with two different characters. characters. The way you treat this one should be different from the way you treat this one. Maybe you treat him in another, you treat the other one in another way, it works. It doesn't mean that it worked with this one, it will work with the other one. So we have to not to always look at things at our own point of view. We should ask them, bring their own view and weigh it with ours and see how it will help both of them, the parents, us and the children. And again, I would want us to learn how to apologize to our children, because we have so many of our children that have bitterness because of their parents. Yes, we know as parents in Africa that you need not to apologize to your children, but no, we are Christians. Whenever you wrong your children, you have to apologize. So by doing that, I believe you will draw them closer to you and try to talk to them every time. If you see them, because this monster that is all around now, depression, if you see your child being on his own, don't allow him to continue to stay on his own. You have to call him, try to make him or her open up. Yes, I know that will help.
Thank you very much, Ma. Like you heard her say, pay attention to your children and know that your children are different people. Even if they are born on the same day at the same time, they are two different people. Pay attention to each child, shower each child with love. And again, as Christians, it is okay for you to say you're sorry when you have done something wrong. Your child should not be an exception. Thank you very much, Ma.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Gil, for spending time with us. I hope that you have learned something and I hope that you will put it in practice. Thank you. Until we see you next time.